How do you tell if someone is attracted to you or just being very friendly? There's no good answer to that question. A million different people may give a million different signals/hints/signs that they are or are not interested in you romantically. What I've found works for me and what I think is the kindest, least awkward way, both towards yourself and the other person, is to 1. Have some sort of consistently positive relationship/repeated interaction with them first, and then 2. In a light-hearted and friendly way and without implying any kind of emotional pressure, just ask if they'd like to go on a date with you. Use the word date. If they say yes, congrats, they're into you at least enough to give it a shot and see where it goes. If they say no, for the love of all that is holy, don't take it as a personal insult. It probably isn't. Keep it lighthearted and take the refusal with grace. They aren't into you, and throwing a tantrum over it or trying to pressure them further isn't going to help them be into you whatsoever. Usually the realization comes 10 years later when you are trying to fall asleep. Depends on where you live. Here in England, being anything other than cold and aloof is seen as basically throwing yourself at someone. Do they ever initiate the friendliness? Responding to someone else's kindness is a lot different than initiating it, but even still the only sure way to know is to ask. If you get an arranged marriage, it's a 50-50. Assuming the person is single or trifling, you ask to see that person again in a different context and the negotiation for available time and date is quick and mutually complete, no just friends overtone about it. Thursday at 8? Not available. Not into you? Thursday at 8? Not available, but what about Friday at 9? Else. Look for physicality, proximity, and eye contact when totally unnecessary. Jealousy or defeat. It's subtle, when interacting with someone else of the interested person's gender. Caveat all this with me being terrible about noticing it. My wife points this out to me when we're in public. Once I see it, it's obvious, but until then it's a mystery to me. If they act the exact same way with other people, you're out of luck, or everybody's in luck. I see you've also met my ex. Edit. Jesus. For every one of you that ended up dating the town bicycle and didn't know it going in, my thoughts are with you in these trying times. Also, get tested. Someone tells you years later. As my dear old dad used to say, women who work for tips are not flirting with you. We used to extend this to if she's being paid to talk to you, she's not interested. Twitch, TV. By how they look at you or act around you versus other people. I was once called into HR for allegedly flirting with an employee, not part of my own team. Her proof? I was always friendly, offered her milk to go with her coffee, and worst of all, once at an after work, I bought a round of drinks for everyone, her included. The head of HR was a bit puzzled about the whole situation, and asked her what would she then suggest we do to resolve the situation, and she requested that I would stop being friendly to her, and just leave her be. This poor woman just could not accept that I was being friendly. Flirting's basically a dumb game of chicken with gradual escalation, or just ask if they haven't, so, usually pretty obvious. I've had a lot of people ask me this just because they're nosy, not a guarantee of attraction. My aunt asked me last week, glad I missed that signal. You don't. One person's just being friendly as another's take me to a hotel and me right now. If they ask you to take off your clothes, chances are they're just being friendly. For me, I flat out told him that I liked him, and if he asked me out I would say yes. He said thanks and never asked me out or responded in any way that he liked me back. Bummer. A few months later we kissed. He was like, so, you like me? I should have smacked him upside the head. Apparently he thought I just said that to him to be nice. When I met my last girlfriend, our eyes met across a crowded dance floor. She rolled her eyes at me, so I picked them up and rolled them back. So what do you do if they have attached eyes? Roll mine to her. By reading someone's comment on Reddit about how they missed all the signs and then you realize that the same thing happened to you and now you lie there contemplating your life. If they're a cashier, waiter, clerk, etc., don't get your hopes up. Pro tip, you'll never know if you don't ask. Schrodinger's date. No, the stripper is not attracted to you. I beg to differ. I have a massive gravitational pull. But do you have thin sweatpants? That really drives them wild, you know. If she says WTF step bro, you were wrong. Actually that means you were right. Really, with some people you cannot tell. I knew a girl who was super friendly with me. I got interested, and then a few weeks around her I saw this was how she treated every guy. Smiles. Oh stop it you. Flirting. I wasn't special here. I moved on. I knew a girl who friendly with everyone. We sat down at a birthday party and talked non-stop for 3 hours. She was friendly with people, but I hadn't seen her do this before. I got her number and called her. We talked until my phone died. Our 10th wedding anniversary was about 6 weeks ago. Our oldest kid turned 7 in a few months. Are you sure she's into you? Seems too early to tell. I thought a few times during the wedding ceremony, gosh, I hope she's not doing this just to be polite. Ask them. This is number 1. There was a waitress at a bar that my buddies and I had for like a year. I was into her, but couldn't tell how she felt. She was always fun and flirty, but I realized when she would first walk up to our table, laugh or make a joke, she would look at me. I assumed that meant there was at least a chance she liked me, so I asked her out and she said yes. She was beau as couple, had a great figure and was super down to earth. She also turned out to be someone who loudly cheered at high points of movies, and I just don't need that in my life. We went our separate ways. I had this exact situation happen to me before, so I asked her out. She gave me her number and mentioned that she and her boyfriend were going to a funeral tomorrow, so she wouldn't be around. What kind of response was that? Assume attraction and ask them out. If they say no, you get your answer. If they say yes, you get a date. Step 1. Ask her out. Step 2. 1. If she rejects you, you got your answer. Step 2. If she doesn't, she has a bad taste in men. Edit 1. I saw a lot of people commend something like r/nice guy. It was meant as a self-roast, not something bad. And even if you got it, it's just a joke. Calm down. Edit 2. For all those who commented r/nice guy. r/whoosh. Oh, that's easy. No one is ever attracted to me. You don't. It's a leap of faith. That's all it is. That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith. Not bad, kid. It's not always easy. With my fiancée, when we started hanging out, I would convince myself she liked me and then talk myself out of it. I would walk her home and she'd give me a really awkward friend hug, then run inside, leaving me feeling like I'd misread the signals completely. This went on for about 3 weeks before we finally kissed at a party. I asked her about it afterwards and it turns out she was doing the same thing. 7 years and a proposal later, I think she might have a crush on me. Guys, I dunno, man. In high school I went to a dance with a guy as friends and then he kissed me as friends and then we brutally behind the gym as friends, and we've been dating as friends for about 7 years and we're getting married next week as friends, plus I'm knocked up with his babies, as friends. You can never really know, man. Some people are in it for the long con. Thank you for that wonderful story, you/cock daddy Karen. Edit. My first silver is for noting someone's username. Nice. Enjoying the content? Don't forget to like and subscribe. We put out new videos every day. While you're smashing that like button, here's a meme to entertain you. Well, you can't ever really know, like even if she sleeps with you, she might just be Canadian. So honestly, you shouldn't get your hopes up and you better keep looking and wondering. Wow, that was pretty casually explained, lol. I'm glad you understood the reference. I love how like no one in this thread knows. I came here to help me identify clues. Damn it, Reddit, lol. The friendly, honest approach has worked for me. You seem really nice. Someone I'd like to go out with. If you'd like that too. If they're already spoken for or disinterested, they'll let you know. Either way, I've noticed that they seem to appreciate the attention. If they sense you're being sincere, you give it a shot, and if they reject your advances, you stop giving it a shot. Step 1. Cut a hole in a box. Step 2. Put your junk in the box. Step 3. Make her open the box. Simple. You just say, oi, are you attracted to me or just being friendly? The fastest route between 2 points is a straight line. I automatically assume people are being friendly. It's habit. Edit. Geez. Didn't expect to wake up with 50+ replies in my inbox and result to self-deprecation. But I think I should clarify some things. I'm aromantic now after struggling with feelings towards romance in general for a bit. But before I discovered what aromanticism was, I just assumed people were being friendly because I was, and still am, too unattractive. Flirting wasn't my strong suit either, and I had a terrible track record with guys. Read. One who was an autistic furry liar, and the other who was an autistic, unhygienic, clueless dude. Plus I can't commit to a relationship. Depression, though a guy I know apparently has a crush on me, and from our interactions I just assumed he was being friendly. Imagine my surprise when his mom told me he was crushing on me. I never would have known otherwise. Edit 2. Okay, one more edit. I realize that not all autistic guys and furry guys are bad BFs, y'all do you. This was just a case of bad luck for me. Said guy who has a crush on me also has autism and he's a really kind-hearted dude beneath his frowny exterior. Hygienic too. When she asked me out, I was skeptical. When we slept together, more likely, but can't be too sure. When we got married, I'm pretty sure she likes me. She was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. This much is true. You asked them if they're from Canada. If not, then you got yourself a new boo. Hooray. Easiest way, ask them out on a few dates, have with them, start a relationship, take them out some more, go to fancy dinners and parties, take them on holiday and stuff like that. Then, after you've tried that for a few years, ask them if they want to marry you. If they say yes, they're probably interested. The eyes, Chico, always the eyes. I've noticed women that have been interested in me, have started a random conversation with me, like asking advice, about something. If a woman compliments you on something, could be your eyes, or your jacket, or pretty much anything, that might be a clue. Women play with hair, or adjust it more, making more than usual eye contact. Also, if you are sitting next to them, and their knees are pointing a bit towards you, that is a sign. As well, if they get under a table and start giving you head, also a clue. Flirt a little and assess reaction. If they react anything less than politely, then that's a no. If they respond by blushing or they flirt back, gradually escalate, then straight up ask, I like you, can I interest you in coffee/date/dinner etc.? I guess asking is really the only way to know. Something that's helped me in these situations is to not play the does she like me or not game, but instead play the I'm not into her but actually am game. It has worked way more than I thought it would. Just talk to her casually over time till you truly figure out if she's into you beyond basic clues here and there. As a woman who is very friendly and has had some misunderstandings because of this, here's what I notice is different when I'm flirting versus being friendly. If I'm interested in someone, I will laugh, sort of leaning into them. When I'm not, my laughs are more throw your head back away from whomever I'm talking to. Relatedly, if I'm flirting, I'll find ways to make casual physical contact, like kind of lay my hand on their forearm when laughing or stand a bit closer so our shoulders touch. If I'm just friendly with a guy, I make very certain not to physically touch anywhere. If I'm making friends with a new guy, I'll very pointedly suggest we do things with a group. If I'm flirting, I'll suggest something that has the potential for us to be alone together. If I'm attracted to a guy, I often find myself posing, like, I think, hope, it's subtle, but I'll tilt my head or readjust my hair into positions I know are more flattering. Hope this helps. I'm sure there are other things that I haven't thought of. They may be genuine nice folk, because we are all VEWUSSIES. Can confirm as I'm also a massive wuss myself. Wait, you got physical social interaction? How lucky. Apparently you can never quite tell. I go to this store quite often and one of the cashiers said to me, we gotta stop meeting like this, which to me, a guy, means that you want to meet someplace that isn't there at that location. I said this on another post a while back and someone told me, oh no, that wasn't a flirt. I say that to customers all the time. And to me, that's a weird thing to say as a casual comment. Maybe I'm wrong, but I wasn't thinking about feeling it out anyway. She's attractive but I don't want to date. I know they need to be friendly and I encounter that all the time. That's a different kind of general friendliness. This I wasn't sure how to take, but I left it alone. I'm writing a research paper on this for my nonverbal communication class final. It's about the different interpretations of female nonverbal cues of romantic interest. I'm doing a survey about it. It's only 6 questions and I seriously need responses. If anyone could answer it, that would be unbelievably helpful. There is one for a male and one for a female. Male takes the male survey and female takes the female survey. Male, female, thanks. Update. Ike exactly how Reddit works, so Ike how to thank everyone who took the quizzes, but thank you so much everyone.